Just a few years ago, the global elite was celebrating what they believed to be their so-called final solution for humanity, the COVID mRNA vaccine. Their evil plan? To inject every single person on Earth with mRNA again and again for years to come.
We made it!
I love you! We have a successful vaccine! The efficacy was more than 90%.
Oh my God!
Resulted in a success. And this success looks like the biggest scientific breakthrough of the last 100 years.
But the tides have turned. The COVID vaccine rollout is now a crime scene, and Albert Bourla and Bill Gates are on trial in the Netherlands for their roles in orchestrating the COVID pandemic. And as for Fauci, his situation is even more dire. The Trump administration has made it clear Fauci will face justice in the United States.
Where did this virus come from, do you think, today? Did it come from a lab? Was it man-made?
When you have the animal-human interface, and you have animals that come out of the wild that are sold at these open, what they call them, wet markets.
Place of origin was not within the market itself.
No, I don't think you could say that.
There's a report today that another intelligence arm of the U.S. government, this is inside our energy department, has joined the FBI in concluding that COVID began with a lab leak in China.
That the NIH has not ever and does not now fund gain-of-function research in the Wuhan Institute.
We now know that a bat coronavirus was enhanced in a lab. The National Institutes of Health acknowledged that it funded research of a virus that was studied at the Wuhan Institute of Virology. The experiment unexpectedly, we're told, made a bat coronavirus more contagious than the original naturally occurring one.
Take an animal virus and you increase its transmissibility to humans. Right. You're saying that's not gain of function? Yeah, that is correct. And Senator Paul, you do not know what you are talking about, quite frankly. And I want to say that officially. You do not know what you are talking about. They took animal viruses that only occur in animals and they increased their transmissibility to humans. How you can say that is not gain of function? It is not. What we're talking about now is the gain-of-function research in studies that increase predominantly the transmissibility as well as pathogenesis and alteration of host range of the virus. Somebody is lying here, Senator. It is you. I'd have to laugh at that.
Fauci stands accused of being the worst serial killer humanity has ever known. And he admitted in his own emails that he planned the pandemic.
Of serving in 5 administrations, I thought I would bring that perspective to the topic today, is the issue of pandemic preparedness. And if there's one message that I want to leave with you today, is that there is no question that there will be a surprise outbreak. The thing we're extraordinarily confident about is that we are going to see this in the next few years. Thank you.
To truly grasp the horror of the situation, picture this. The COVID vaccination campaign stands alone in history as the first to increase excess deaths instead of saving lives. This is the dark legacy they desperately tried to bury. But now, justice is on the way.
Hey, listen close. This is straight from the inside. No filters, no BS. You need to get this out to as many people as possible to keep the pressure on. We're moving full steam ahead to prosecute Anthony Fauci. A military prosecution, a tribunal, Guantanamo Bay. It's happening. They're carving out a special corner down there in Gitmo, a cage for traitors and globalist elites like him. He's the first domino, but he won't be the last. Mark my words, this is just the beginning. What people know about Fauci, that's the tip of the iceberg, my friend. Peanuts compared to what's under the surface. The reality's so much worse. We're talking America's greatest serial killer, hands down. The numbers? Staggering. Millions of lives snuffed out or ruined, and that's not hyperbole. That's what the classified files show. His worst impulses weren't just ignored, they were unleashed, given free rein by a system that bowed to him like some twisted god. But we've got him now, and the hammer's coming down. Here's how it's going down, legally I mean, because I know people are asking, how can Trump pull this off? It's the Military Commissions Act of 2006, straight out of the Bush era, updated under Obama in 2009. Title 10 of the U.S. Code, Section 948A. Look it up for yourself. It gives the president authority to order military tribunals for anyone deemed an unlawful enemy combatant, even U.S. citizens, if they're accused of aiding enemies or committing war crimes. Trump's team's arguing Fauci's actions, funding gain-of-function research tied to foreign labs, suppressing intel, pushing policies that tank the nation, amount to crimes against humanity, maybe even biological warfare. That's their case. He's a traitor who weaponized science against the American people. The law's broad, real broad, and Trump's got the power to greenlight it. No civilian courts, no appeals, just a one-way ticket to a military judge in Gitmo. The case? Open and shut. They've got whistleblower docs, emails, memos, stuff from NIH insiders. They've got financial trails, too. Millions funneled through Shell grants to labs overseas, places with no oversight. Witnesses are lining up. Scientists he silenced, families he destroyed. The charge sheet's thick. Crimes against humanity, treason, mass murder by proxy. They're saying he knew the risks, pushed ahead anyway, and covered it up while the bodies piled up. The tribunal's being prepped as we speak. Gitmo's getting a new cell block, nicknamed Fauci's Folly by the guards. But let me tell you something they won't put in the press release, something I heard straight from a guy who saw the files. Back in 2008, Fauci ran a quiet little trial in a rural clinic, some nowhere town in the Midwest. They were testing a new antiviral, something hush-hush, off the books. He handpicked the subjects, mostly poor folks, desperate, no one who'd be missed. Promised them treatment, hope. Instead, he juiced the doses, ignored the side effects. People started bleeding out, organs shutting down. One nurse tried to blow the whistle. She vanished 2 days later. By the end, 47 were dead, bodies cremated, records torched. Fauci walked away clean, called it a necessary sacrifice in a memo, with the keywords spelled wrong so FOIA requests couldn't get him. That's the real Fauci. The public's got no idea the depths of his depravity. But we do, and we're not letting it slide. Trump's all in. Says Fauci's the poster boy for the swamp, the globalist elite who think they're untouchable. When that first domino falls, the rest will tumble. Gates, the WHO cronies, all of them. This is retribution, pure and simple. So spread the word, and stay safe out there. This is war.
Hundreds of millions of people and counting have died because of the evil Dr. Fauci. The modern-day Joseph Mengele lied about everything and destroyed the lives of millions. Future generations will spit at the mention of his name. In classrooms, children will whisper it with dread, taught to tremble at its sound. History will bear the weight of his disgrace. Hundreds of millions lost, their ghosts a silent testament. It's time to arrest Dr. Fauci. Here at The People's Voice, we're determined to continue exposing the elite, but we need your help. Subscribe to the channel and join the People's Voice Locals community to join our amazing team and gain access to exclusive and uncensored content. I hope to see you there. Today's video is brought to you by IPv6ers. Are you